Gianna Bommarito, and I am the director of Thoroughly Modern Millie Jr. So working here with the students at Dana has been really, really wonderful. This is actually my third production here. I previously directed Hairspray Junior and Into the Woods Junior in the fall. And they're such a great group of kids, really passionate about acting and musical theater, and they're awesome to work with.
My name's Abigail Munoz. People call me Abby, and sometimes people call me like Pretty Boy or something. I am Alexa Rodriguez, and the nickname some people call me is Fish. It's funny, and I play the ensemble.
Hello, my name is Veronica Velez, but some people call me V, and I am a part of the ensemble in Thoroughly Modern Millie.
Hi, my name is Emily Helton. I play female ensemble. I am 14 and I'm in 7th grade.
Hi, my name is Sierra Pearson, but on set people call me Cece. It's kind of easier to pronounce. I'm in 7th grade and I'm 12 years old, and I play the female ensemble in the production Thoroughly Modern Millie Jr.
Hi, my name is Ashley Walker. I'm in 7th grade and I'm a part of the ensemble in Thoroughly Modern Millie. It takes a lot of dedication and a lot of teamwork to be a part of the ensemble.
I'm Kira Cullinan, and I am 12 years old in 7th grade, and I play the character Rita, which is part of the Priscilla Girls. Rita is a very bubbly kind of character. She's super happy, and she's actually kind of ditzy as well. But she's kind of very unaware of things around her, but she's just super friendly and supportive to her friends.
Hi, my name is Leah Pastorio. Most people call me Pistachio because of my last name. I'm in the 8th grade and I'm 13 years old, and I play the character of Alice in the play Thoroughly Modern Millie. To me, Alice is a very sassy kind of I get what I want character. And the way I kind of portray her in the play is kind of act like moody and try to get what basically I want. Give me that apple, please.
My name is Isabel Boyd, and I am 12 years old. I'm in 6th grade, and my character is Ethel Pease in Thoroughly Modern Millie. Ethel is just a girl in the city who wants to fulfill her dream of becoming an actress, but she finds a letter that her Uncle Cyrus, the only member of her family, has been killed. So Miss Mears takes this opportunity to kidnap Ethel because she's now an orphan.
My name is Danica Joy Mogenet. Some people call me Danny. I am 12 years old, I'm in 7th grade, and I play Ruth, which is one of the Priscilla girls in Thoroughly Modern Millie. My character, Ruth in Thoroughly Modern Millie, I guess is kind of really silly because I do a really silly voice for her.
Hi, I'm Jayla Delaney Jones. I'm in the 7th grade. I'm 12 years old, and I play the part of Lucille, who's in the Priscilla Girls in Thoroughly Modern Millie. My character in Thoroughly Modern Millie, Lucille, I think of her as a really happy character who has a specific goal in New York, which is to make her name really known out there, which is why she came there.
My name is Ashton Turney, and I am 11 years old, and my friends sometimes call me 18, rarely on some occasions, and I'm grade 6. I play in the male ensemble, and I sing and dance, which is awesome. And basically I just make all the scenes about each number more exciting and have more detailed background.
Hi, I'm Erin Allen. I'm 12 years old. I'm in 7th grade, and I play the character Trevor Graydon in the musical production Thoroughly Modern Millie. Well, my character is a cocky, over-the-top, very military-like boss who loves to have fun and just is very cocky.
Hi, my name is Madison Honore. My friends call me Maddie or Mads, and I am 12 years old. I'm in the 6th grade, and I play Miss Flannery in Thoroughly Modern Millie. Miss Flannery is a really uptight office worker, and she tries to teach the stenogs discipline and how to act in an office when the boss is around. And so Miss Flannery is Trevor Graydon's secretary, and she tries really hard to be a kiss-up because she doesn't want to lose her job. The best part about playing Miss Flannery is probably because I yell a lot. I tend to yell a lot, and I And sometimes people say that I can be pretty bossy. So I guess the good part about being Miss Flannery is that I get to yell, and that I get to boss people around.
Hi, my name is Paloma Hashemi, and I'm 13 years old in the 7th grade, and I play the part of Ching Ho in the musical Thoroughly Modern Millie Jr. My character, he immigrated here from China with his brother Bun Fu, and they speak entirely in Chinese, with the exception of a few parts where they read from an English dictionary. And basically, their job, they really want to get their mom to America, but to do so, they have to do some kind of evil things, so he really has a struggle between good and bad.
My name is Camila Drissi, but everyone around here calls me Captain Extra for obvious reasons.
Good offer, limited time only, so order now.
I am 13 years old. I'm in the 7th grade, and the character that I play in Thoroughly Modern Millie is Mrs. Mears.
What a way to go! My condolences to your family.
So Mrs. Mears is at first a questionable character, and throughout the play you get to know that she is evil and she kidnaps white orphans. She runs a hotel, and basically that's how she brings or gets her victims, I guess.
Hi, my name is Brenna Pillar. My friends call me Brenana. I am 13 years old. I'm in 7th grade, and I play Miss Dorothy in Thoroughly Modern Millie. My character of Dorothy is a girl from California who just wants to fit in like the rest, but there's no really way of her fitting in because she wants to have the low life even though she's this rich girl from California.
Thoroughly Modern Millie is something that really appealed to me because I love Janine Tesori. I've done a couple of her shows. I'm a big fan of the music that she writes, and even though this is written by a lot of pre-existing music, a lot of there's some Al Jolson in there. There's a little bit of Pirates of Penzance, Gilbert and Sullivan, but she still really finds a way to incorporate her own musical voice into everything she does, and Thoroughly Modern Millie is not excluded from that.
I would say the biggest challenge is, the fact that we have rehearsals after school and we have to rein the kids in so that they can focus on what we have to do. There's always a lot to be done every rehearsal, and being in the theater, it requires a lot of focus and dedication to what you're doing. So if the kids are not really honed in, it makes our job difficult because we have to rein them in and raise our voices at times in the most loving way possible, of course.
The biggest challenge of being part of Rita is probably acting like I'm from the 20s, because I obviously am not, and I have to pretend that I am someone else from a different era.
The most challenging part of playing Alice is probably making sure to be in the right position and act like her. So in the play, I have to stand next to other Priscilla girls because we're like a group of friends, and I have to basically portray her as a character, like act all sassy and stuff, and I also have to say her lines, and it's just kind of hard doing it all at the same time, I guess.
Well, I guess the most challenging part might have been the tap dancing, since I've never tap danced before.
Maybe just because we're always in a group, so I always have to make sure that I'm not standing in front of other people and not standing in line. There are a lot of position problems.
What's challenging about playing male ensemble is that you have to learn a lot of choreography and put that into all the scene work that you practice, and then do it from scratch, all from your head.
The challenges of playing this character is obviously he's a male character, so it's really hard to hit those notes that a male octave can. It's also hard to be cocky. I'm not very cocky, but it's very fun.
The fool should have a warning, since the only possibility is that your wax is rancid.
I clocked you at a 6.4.
Beautiful. How's that? Your beautiful trophy. I love baseball. Golf. I want to play golf.
The biggest challenges of playing Miss Flannery are probably trying not to lose my voice.
You're looking at Miss Flannery. You are really theoretically. Meanwhile, every step not one. So is that?
The biggest challenge of playing this character is the language, because it's really difficult to act in a language you don't know, but we're able to do it.
I think that the challenges in playing Mrs. Mears are, she's an older woman, I guess, so instead of like walking around or having, or like basically body language is a big part of this character, and it was at first a struggle for me to get with the program in saying, okay, she's old and she can't run around and she isn't as fast as young people, obviously. So I got my character shoes, which are high heels, and I can't walk in high heels, so it was kind of good for the body language of my character. So
Sad to be alone in the world, but step into my office. Enjoy a soothing cup of tea. By the time you'll be warm and bright and ready for a very
The challenges in playing Dorothy are that you have to figure out the ways when she's sad, when she's happy, when she's mad, when she's upset, and you have to find out all the different emotions that she has throughout the show.
Millie, we've traipsed up and down Broadway, and the strongest truth we've come across is a root beer.
Oh, if we were heading back to the hotel?
No, like eating the apple, I have my heart set on tasting the forbidden fruit.
That settles it. I don't care if it's an undercover copper. We stop and ask the next person we see.
I think the biggest challenge is like making sure you're in the right place, the right time, making sure you don't bump into anyone, because like if you bump into anyone, it can like throw off the whole thing if you're not in the right place at the time.
So happy. Oh, yeah. Long as I'm here with you. Long as I'm here with you. Oh, my knee.
The biggest challenges of being part of the ensemble are memorizing all the dance numbers that we have to do, because we have a lot.
To be a part of the ensemble, you need to be able to work with people really well and have a great memory. There are so many dance moves that we have to memorize, and it's honestly kind of hard to be like tap, 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 tap in a certain sequence.
The most challenging part to be an ensemble is the tap dancing, because you have to kind of go a little fast and you have to practice.
What's challenging is, well, she's in a lot of scenes which people do see, but they don't really like, oh, there's Lucille, and so it's a lot of dancing, which I find really fun, but it is a little bit of a challenge to learn all of the dance moves.
A lot of work and costume change, let me tell you that, because you have to be part of a jail cell and then in the nightclub, and it's just a lot of different parts and dancing and singing, and it's really fun.
Wait a minute, y'all. Feels like no one's doing in this town.
The most challenging part about being part of the production is that sometimes it's hard for us to get along also. So when we try to get along, we have to like really try so we could do our scenes perfectly.
The kids are actually handling Thoroughly Modern Millie way better than I ever could have expected them to. Don't tell them I said that. But it's really hard music. One thing about Tesori is that she loves like 5-part, 6-part harmonies. The junior version goes down to like 3, sometimes 4. But even so, they're in minor keys. There's a lot of key changes and modulation, and they know the music well enough by now where they're pretty locked into it as far as key changes and stuff goes, which I'm really proud of them for. It's you can tell at the beginning they don't work as hard, but when they really feel the pressure, they start to really work at it, and it becomes what you're really aiming for and what you hear in your head before you even start teaching it. So it's really something special, especially for these kids.
This is a puppy baby, we're so thoroughly. It's like little blinkers. Just a
Little blinkers.
little blinkers.
But I want you guys to think about who am I in this show and make those choices. We're not going to spend time telling each and every one of you who you are and what you should be doing at every moment.
I saw good stuff.
I saw a lot of really good stuff in Speed Test and Forget About the Boy. Just little things that you don't think necessarily would be noticed, but they are. So there's a lot of things that I hope that the kids will learn from this experience. Number one, I would say is, just to develop more confidence in their performance skills, and also learn about a time period perhaps that they didn't know about previously. The 20s and, the Prohibition era, moving into that era as well.
I learned that I really liked acting, and I used to be very afraid of being on stage, but now I've gotten more used to it, and it's easier for me to be on stage and perform. I learned that it was kind of a conservative time, but girls were trying to break through and be more independent and do what they want.
What I learned about the 1920s is that it's kind of like a very upbeat time. I thought it was just this black and white gray time, but I realized that it's very fun, happy time.
What I learned about myself in this production is that I'm able to actually move around the stage really quickly while I'm doing my choreography.
What I'm learning about myself personally is that I have been finally able to put myself out there and be who I am on stage, but also being my character.
I'm learning that it's okay if you don't know everybody, because when you're in the cast with them, you get to know them a lot better than you already know them.
I've learned that I can do anything I put my mind to, because I didn't think I'd be able to learn the lines in Chinese, but through hard work I did.
I learned that I can be very creative with my character. I learned a lot about having to change your mindset and what character you're playing. For Millie, it's I want to be modern, I want to do this, and I want to marry this person to get rich and stuff. And for Mrs. Mears, it's I need to kidnap this person in order to get money and send her to Hong Kong, but I also need to run a hotel, and all those different types of mindsets.
I learned that I can be many emotions, because the ensemble has to do many different things, and Ethel becomes this happy girl, this nervous girl, and this sad crying girl, and I learned I can play all these different emotions, which I didn't know I could.
I think one of the things I learned was that I really like being in charge. I like being in charge a lot, but sometimes I can't, and sometimes I have to be this is how things are, and I can't really change it. But it's fine, so I learned that I'm kind of a control freak, just a little bit.
I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned that, that I can work well with other people.
learned so many things. I learned that I work really well with other people. I didn't think that I worked well with other people. And I also learned that I'm a better dancer than I think I am.
What I learned about the 1920s is that they wanted to be moderns, and they were working so hard to get into this to be a stenog.
What I learned about the 1920s is that it's actually illegal for them to not wear pants outside of their home, and they have to wear skirts or dresses, and I thought that was really interesting because I normally don't wear that.
What I learned about myself was that I really love musical theater, and I love just being on stage and singing and acting.
During this production, I learned that I am more confident than I think I am. When I came into this, I was really, really shy, and being able to do this play has really made me come out as a person, and now I can speak more comfortably in front of people because of this play. What I learned about the 1920s is a lot of girls, they were kind of like, get a husband, you get a job, good. Because they bobbed their hair, they wore skirts really, really high, fancy dresses, and most of the men, they were mostly suits, not casual outfits like you see boys today wear.
What I love about the theater is that just all the singing and dancing and just seeing different characters on stage come to life, because they could be completely different in real life, but the characters on stage are the people that you fall in love with.
What I learned about myself in this production is that I can play with characters a lot and do different random things that I normally probably wouldn't do.
What I learned about the 1920s is that it was actually a really weird age how every time they would get together, they would have business all around New York City.
What I'm learning about the 1920s is the style, the way that they talk, the way that they dance, and just how they act in general.
I learned that in the 1920s, most females have bobbed hair, and they have short skirts.
I learned that the 1920s wasn't exactly a great time for women, but they actually managed to, the musical is Thoroughly Modern Millie, and a couple of modern women were able to stand up for themselves and be strong and do what they wanted to.
What I learned about the 1920s being a part of this production is that it was a bad time for women in general, and they thought, or their mindset was that they had to cut their hair or do this or other things that are mentioned in the show in order to get a job and do what they need to do. And I guess that's maybe why Mrs. Mears kidnapped orphans, because she needs money and that's the only thing she knows how to do.
Something I learned about the 1920s was that women wanted to be more independent than they were. So one of the lines of the show is, men say it's criminal what women will do. So it's basically saying what I think is that men don't think very much of women, but women want to be stronger and more powerful than other people think that they are.
What I learned about the 1920s is that they're very particular about showing their ankles, showing their shoulders, showing back, showing necks even. They think everything is scandalous, and they want everything to cover every part of their body.
I'm hoping that the kids take away from Thoroughly Modern Millie and just this whole production in general, just a little bit better musicianship. Doing a show like this is impossible to do unless you're paying attention, impossible unless you're putting in the work in. And just by sheer osmosis, you just become a better musician by doing shows like this. And I also hope they have some fun, it's really gratifying for somebody to grab a hold of a show like this and make it their own, and to feel like they're doing justice to it, or they're doing justice to themselves. And I know that's a fun feeling, so I'm hoping that they feel that too.
Oh gosh, I love everything about it. So I've been an actress and performer myself since I was in middle school, and that's where I first got the bug. So for me, I've I've really developed now this love for being on the creative side, which is really amazing because I get to take material and create this world, and it's really, really fun. And I've only just started doing that in the last 2 years, and prior to that I've been a performer, and I love being on stage, but I almost love being behind the scenes on the creative side equally. Like I really have learned to love both. So performing is a love of mine, but directing is a love of mine as well.
I learned that in the 1920s, everybody was just all about like getting up on the trends and having fun. I just learned that like everybody just loves having fun in one place, and they all have these certain awesome fashion styles, and I love the dresses, like the flapper dresses. They're so cool. My favorite thing about theater is probably getting to create amazing scenes. Like, you get to create your own tiny world in a stage with a bunch of other fun people, especially the songs. The songs are really fun.
What I love to be a part of is being in the theater is everyone is super nice, and we're like a big family. And if someone is like sad, we're all there for that one person, and we have a fun time.
What I love most about the theater is probably just spotlights. Like, I've always been kind of like, I'm front row. Like, I'm trying to get people to laugh and have a good time and just make them feel good. So knowing that I can act and be this character that makes people laugh or cry or give them emotional like connection really brings me a good feeling in some ways.
What I love about the theater the most is the fact that you get the audience's reaction immediately. When you say something, when you do something, when you sing, when the number's over, they clap, they laugh, they cry.
The thing about theater that I love the most is probably being with the people that are in the production and making friends. I also really like the acting and singing part.
I love about theater the most is probably all the acting and occasionally dancing that you do, because I love dancing. Dancing is a part of me, and being able to incorporate that into theater was like probably the most exciting thing for me.
What I like about theater is that with every production you kind of gain like a little mini like family where you can just do whatever you want, and like everyone kind of knows you, and you just have a bunch of like friends and like little like you have a fun time.
What I love about the theater is probably working together with a lot of people to make a show really, really nice. Like, you have to work together in order to really bring out the spirit in the play.
About the theater that I love is that it's a big place where I can express my feelings and when people can come watch me.
What I love about theater is how you're able to be yourself but also be another person on stage.
I love just being on stage and hanging out with the cast because being on stage is just an awesome experience, and hanging with the cast, like I said earlier, it helps you get to know them better, and the cast of Thoroughly Modern Millie is just they're really awesome and they're super nice.
What I love about the theater is being able to play a different role than I am and be someone different than I originally am inside the real world.
What I love about the theater is there's like a lot of hard work put into it, and you get to like be with friends, and it's super fun, but at the same time you're working hard and you just get to do something you love, because it's not like something it's not a drag to come to rehearsals every day. You actually enjoy doing it, but at the same time it's hard work.
I love a lot of things about the theater. Specifically, I feel like ever since I was little, I loved acting because it was like apart from the world. It's like, in this world, there's homework, and no one likes homework, but in acting, there's magical ponies, or everyone's happy, or there's wizards, or demigods, and Greek mythology is real, or you never know what can be a part of theater, because it's all just basically professional make-believe, you know? So it was really fun for me as a child to just be a part of theater, and I've always done it since I was a child, so.
Well, it's really hard to put that into words, but the thing I love most about theater is basically everything. I love the way how you put yourself in another person's shoes and just throw it out there. Throw your feelings into the character's feelings and tell everyone what the character has been through.
I know it seems like I'm tough on you guys sometimes. I have a tendency to yell at you guys, but it's only because I love you guys so much, and I'm not wasting my time by telling you all the things that I'm telling you. I think all of you guys are incredible, and I would not want to do this show with anybody else but you guys.
My message to them would be to never stop trying when it comes to the theater. You always have to keep pushing yourself to succeed, and the more you get out there and you participate in shows, the better you'll get. And